What television series had the biggest bullshit finale? Please end Grey's Anatomy before it ends us. Got biggest load of codswallop on TV. Dexter. Twice. God and How I Met Your Mother are the obvious answers. Star Trek. Enterprise. Hey, let's make the last episode a holodeck episode about two characters that aren't even in the show. Then for the coup de grace we can needlessly kill off someone at random. Game of Thrones. No debate. No close runner-up. No argument against. End of discussion. Good day. Fuck D&D to all 7 hells and back. Edit. For anyone in the replies defending the showrunners. I got 2 words for you. Star Wars. GRRM and HBO wanted the show to go on for at least 10 seasons. But D&D wanted to move on and make Star Wars films. And instead of passing the torch over to other experienced and passionate showrunners who would have followed George's wishes, they decided to end it early with 2 final rushed seasons, all to make some Star Wars films they never even got to make to this day. How I Met Your Mother. Any and all character development was undone. Barney went back to being a womanizer. And Ted, who spent the whole series coming to terms that Robin wasn't right for him, went running back to Robin. Awful finale. Should have left Supernatural at Dean living a normal life. I mean, Game of Thrones definitely shat the bed. The writers admitted to half-assing it, and it really blows to see so many people's work go up in flames because 2 egomaniacs decided the hottest show in the world was suddenly beneath them. Gotta mention How I Met Your Mother as well. We were shown over and over again Ted and Robin wouldn't work. Yet here we are. I really loved the idea of Barney, Robin being a happy child-free couple too. That concept is so rare. They had a setup for something really satisfying and decided not to stay with it. Heroes. The 100. The whole last season was messed up. Anybody else using this thread to prevent themselves from beginning any of these shows? Pretty Little Liars. I am still so mad at how bad the ending of that show was. There was a once pretty famous Spanish TV sitcom called La Serrano, about a Spanish family, and it ran for 5 years. They basically turned the plot into a shit show with the wife of the protagonist dying, 2 of his children involved in incest, and the other ending up in juvie. Pretty dark stuff for a comical sitcom. In the final episode the father went to end his life, and when he does it he just wakes up as if nothing happened, nothing is in the actual whole 8 seasons. It was just a dream. That's the ending. The guy waking up at the start of the series to a normal fucking family. Which was also extremely weird because his children were obviously grown up, but were put in kids' clothing and hairstyles and acted like kids. To this day this is still referenced in Spain as a meme. The Last Man on Earth. Awesome show. Didn't know they were getting cancelled. Left us with a major cliffhanger that was never resolved. Killing Eve. Scrubs. Ended on a great high note with a goodbye to the main cast and crew, only to be brought back for a final season, as a crappy spin-off disguised as Scrubs. Merlin. Absolute garbage, on top of season 5 itself being pretty stinky, and I'm still willing to get mad about it 11 years later. Promised Neverland. Obligatory HIMYM. Got first 7 seasons. Houses fighting long wars for years to see who should sit on the Iron Throne. Got season 8 last 5 minutes. How about Bran? Everyone? Okay. JPG. As an old guy. Anybody else remember Northern Exposure? Sherlock. The finale was one big pile of sh*t that made me realize how bad the previous seasons had been, although I had enjoyed them before. True Blood. Lost. As this is an international sub, a lot of you won't be familiar with Line of Duty, a British drama about a police anti-corruption unit who catch corrupt officers. It was awesome. 5, I think, series of intricate plot details, gripping twists and action. Then they absolutely ruined it in the final, I believe 6th series. Basically, everything in the whole show was building up to the big reveal of who had been behind the organized crime group that the heroes were closing in on. The final series ramped this up even further, until it turns out to be greater than some incompetent corrupt cop who they'd already caught. and clearly wasn't capable of being the mastermind. He then explained that after they killed the main baddie back in the first fucking season, the group had splintered and nobody was really in control anymore. Jesus, what a waste of time that was. Makes all the time you've invested in it feel wasted. Even though you were enjoying most of it. Worse than Game of Thrones in my opinion. Edit. Tried to mark spoilers. It won't do it. Never mind. The show is a few years old now, and to be honest, if I ruin it before you've finished, I'm doing you a solid. Edit again. Been shown the error of my ways and fixed the spoiler markup. Thank you to those who gave me the right info. I'm amazed that Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life, is not very high on this list. Complete character butchering by a resentful writer who could not write the final season 10 years earlier. Dexter. Roseanne ended so badly. I wouldn't say Lucifer's finale was bullshit, but I wish Chloe and Lucy would have gotten to be a couple more when Chloe was alive, but they waited until she died. Westworld. Most of everything after season 1 was bullshit though. Penny Dreadful. Stop asking. It's Game of Thrones. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. IIRC. I literally said, that's fucking bullshit, during the last episode. The Mentalist. I spent so many seasons piecing together the clues to who Red John was, only to find out the writers had no clue and just picked someone. It made no sense and was anticlimactic. Then they tried to continue on for another season afterward without the Red John arc. Awful. Alf. Weeds. Star Trek Enterprise had a terrible ending. Xena. Gabrielle and Xena should have had their happy ever after. Breaking Bad. Because it ended. Chuck. Spoiled my whole month. I will never forget playing Halo with friends when my dad just screamed. That's it? That's the fucking ending? During The Sopranos' final episode. 13 Reasons Why. The show didn't need to be extended past season 1, but the last season was complete bullshit. How I Met Your Mother. I like to pretend it doesn't exist. I didn't care much for the first X-Files finale. Bullet time missile to Smoking Man's face? WTF. No one here talking about Alf. He finally gets called by his people and they schedule a time for him to be picked up and taken back to his home planet. And the last few seconds of the series end with the FBI pulling up just as the alien mothership is about to pick Alf up. Cut to black. I mean, WTF? The Big Bang Theory. Solely because of Penny's plotline. Dr. Sam Beckett never made it home. Fuck you, Quantum Leap. Santa Clarita Diet. Not so much a bad ending as much as a greedy non-ending. Once I read Netflix left it on a cliffhanger because the cast had gotten more expensive than they wanted to spend. I was done with Netflix. Have watched exactly 0 Netflix originals since that one. They're good. Known actors. WTF did Netflix expect? Netflix spread themselves entirely too thin making original after original and didn't invest in shows that should have kept going or at least should have had a real ending. I'm so upset that this show was just axed. The final season released was my least favorite of the 3, but I actually liked the pacing and the emerging threat. I would have loved to see so many more seasons of this show. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.